Hello, I'm Amy Allcox, and this is my husband, Mike Allcox. We are going to share our thoughts on day 33 of the Red Letter Challenge. So for day 33, it talks about what is better, to give or to receive. Mike has an awesome story to share.
So it all started when the church did Soul for Soul. So that was where we brought in tennis shoes. They got reconditioned and sent to another country. During that time, I had put something out when we first got on into the church and put it out there for people if they had spare shoes to give to me, and I would deliver them to the church. So one day I received an email from somebody on Facebook, and her name was Tina. And basically she had asked me what we were doing with them. And when I mentioned about New Hope, she advised me that she was looking for a church. She was feeling very distant from church and was looking for a comfortable place to get back to knowing God. So one day I did meet her, talked about New Hope, and she asked if she could attend with us. We did let her come to church with us, sat next to us. We gave her a breakdown of New Hope, what New Hope does, and behind every set of eyes, there's a soul that matters to God. And the next time she asked if she could come with us, she sat by us again. And within about 3 weeks after sitting with us, we noticed one time that she was crying during church. And when we approached her to make sure she was all right, she had said that she felt comfortable with the church and she felt God. She felt back into being with the church. From that day, she attended church for 3 years, 3+ years, I would say. Recently, she had got an offer she couldn't refuse and had to move back to Tennessee. And if I remember right, Amy, she is currently doing prayer with prisoners in Tennessee, where she is living and working in the hospital.
Yeah, so I think it's important to note that obviously we think service and giving back is so much more important than receiving. So this is a great example of how we have chosen to give the grace and the love of Jesus with other people that we know, some of them that we know really well and some that we know very, very little. So in day 33, it talked about not just giving and receiving gifts, which is better, but it really talked about the ultimate gift that we've been able to receive, and that is the love and mercy and grace of Jesus. And the idea that he died on the cross to save our sins, and what better gift could we receive than that? So it's really our job as Christians to share that gift with others. So Mike actually does that every single day, and then Soul for Souls was something that gave us an opportunity to really spread the word without being preachy about it. So I have another little example. So I have been sharing my 15 minutes of chair time over the last year on Facebook. So every morning I take my 15 minutes of chair time and read Bible verses. I use YouVersion. I love the YouVersion app. I can change it into whatever King James or whatever different version I need to really understand those verses that day. And then it gives me an opportunity to pull up a great visual that I'm able to share. So I've been doing that for almost the last year on Facebook, and I've made some really great friendships and had some really great in-depth conversations with people that maybe weren't feeling really comfortable about church, about their religion, about their walk with God. So it's really brought me closer to a lot of people, but more importantly, it's brought a lot of people closer to Jesus, and that's really the goal. Just last night, my son came home from men's group, and actually on the way home, he called me, and he was complaining that the person in front of him was driving extremely slow, so he'd be home as soon as that person started driving the speed limit or when he finally passed them. And it just occurred to me that everything that I'd been reading in the news and in my Bible app, that God is putting it, making sure that we're in situations that will help his greater good. Sometimes we think something is bad or we're irritated by something, but he's actually protecting us from something worse down the road. So he was getting frustrated, and I said to him, maybe God is preventing you from a car accident up ahead, and that's why he has put somebody in front of you to slow you down. And he kind of stopped in his tracks and said, okay, Mom, I get it. I'll calm down. So I think it's whatever we can do in daily life to share and gift that love of Jesus that we've come to know is the most important thing that we could ever share and gift. So I would say Mike and I both agree that it is always much better to give than it is to receive. Can't wait to see what your thoughts are when you read day 33.